Um, Good. Thank you for everybody coming and welcome to Anant Samagam. It's been an incredible opportunity for all of us, both from the Northeast as well as from Kerala, being together. And first of all, I'd like to introduce my panelists. Charlie Mathlena from Aizawl, Mizoram, who has an incredible line of work, which we will talk about. This is Chandrima Chatterjee. She's from CITI. This is Margaret Zinyu and Shalini James from Kerala. It's a pleasure to welcome you today to today's discussion on woven stories, heritage and innovation in Indian textiles. As we delve into the rich landscape of India's textile traditions, we'll focus on two remarkable regions, the Northeast and Kerala. Both areas are celebrated for their throbbing, diverse textile practices that reflect cultural identities and tell stories of heritage and innovation. In the Northeast, we witness a breathtaking medley of textiles that showcases the unique artistry of communities where every weave and pattern holds historical significance. From the colorful Mekhla chadors, which you can see today with a lot of our wonderful ladies wearing them, and adorned with intricate motifs representing local folklore, to the exquisite shawls of Nagaland, Manipur, and motifs designs in the weaves of those in Arunachal Pradesh, Tripura, Meghalaya, Sikkim, and Mizoram. And for that, please take a look at the exhibition, which we're having fantastic paintings and photography in the other room. Similarly, Kerala's weaving heritage is renowned for its fine cotton and luxurious silks, encapsulating a rich history of craftsmanship. This is highlighted by the elegant cassava saris. Just to name a few, which signifies celebration and tradition often worn during festivals and weddings. As we explore the diversity of Indian textile traditions, we'll discuss how these regions not only preserve age-old practices, but also embrace sustainability through handloom revival and eco-friendly methods. It's fascinating how the designers here have been working with such wonderful practices, which we will come to. We will also delve into how fashion plays a pivotal role in merging tradition with modern trends, allowing these textiles to reach a broader audience. The influence of government policies in providing support, ensuring market access, and promoting local craftsmanship just cannot be understated. So I shall be starting the question with Margaret Zinyu, who's from Kohima, Nagaland, and has a brand called Woven Threads. Margaret, can you tell us a little bit about your label?
Thanks, Sonam, and good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Margaret, and I'm a trained textile designer. So I trained from National Institute of Design, and being trained as a textile designer from a certain school of thought, I have always looked at craft-based skills. So which basically, when I went back to my state to work, I looked at what are the skills which are actually there where the people are good at. And definitely it's not any other industry, newer industry, but it's the traditional craft skills.
Fantastic.
So I looked at weaving, loin-loom weaving, and the women are fabulous at it. And so that is one skill, one area which I looked at it, place-based skills. And the other being working with natural fibers.
Fantastic. So going into that, could you tell us a little bit about these incredible indigenous fibers that you've been working with? Like you call them Giardinia diversifolia and the orange rhea plant, which is the Debrigaceae longifolio. Yeah. Could you tell us a little bit about that? That's fascinating.
Yeah, so leaving the botanical name because it can confuse a lot of people. Yeah. So let's just say stinking nettle and orange rhea plant.
Okay.
So, so basically, I was also unaware of those natural resources which was there in the state.
Okay.
And through a lot of hunting and gathering, basically, literally as a designer,
okay.
I'm always looking for unique products which are kind of languishing.
Okay.
And that is actually my key interest because I'm not interested in man-made materials, but mostly things which are locally made and where traditional skills can actually flourish.
Okay.
So hunting like that, I got to know natural bast fibers, which are actually foraged. And I met a community called the Kemungan community from Noklak district. So it took me a few years because working with communities, you just can't jump into it and then you like start working. So it has been a long journey because I have to let them understand where I'm coming from and what my say vision is to work with them. So that's how actually I when met the community, started working with the community in the area of bus fibers.
Fantastic. So just tell me a little bit, exemplify on the role of a designer in the craft sector, because all of us work in the craft sector. So what is your take on it and how important it is?
So a designer is a very important catalyst for the craft and the market.
Okay.
And the market is ever changing. But at the same time, to gauge the interest of the customers,
yes,
you need to keep innovating. Because the thing is, traditional textile will always have its place, but
yes,
as younger consumers also involved, there need to be certain design innovation to create an interest, and not just for the consumer, it's also to encourage the people who are actually working, so that they look at their own traditional craft that's existing and then realize that there is a value.
Absolutely. And going on from there, we're just going to Charlee Mathlena. Can you get a mic? Oh, just try that. Oh, take this one, no? Yeah.
Is that
Thank
okay?
you. Yeah, yeah. So Charlee, you're from Aizawl?
Yes, I am.
And you have this wonderful label called Heritage Mizoram.
Yes, that's correct.
And which creates exclusively designed products for both fashion and home,
Yes.
right? Each product, he says, is exclusively handmade
Yes.
by using traditional methods handed down from generations in a riot of the traditional Mizo-tribal motifs and weaves. The truth of the matter is we know very little about Mizo textiles, so it'll be fantastic if you could tell us a little bit before you start about your label.
Oh,
Just
the textile tradition of
textile tradition of Mizoram.
tradition of Mizo starts with like the rest of the Northeast states, cultivation of cotton in the dunes, then spinning, and then carding, and then ginning,
Of course.
carding and spinning. So it starts. So to make the yarns there, and to put it on the loom, and like the technique that we use in all over India, it's jamdani as well.
Oh, really?
But
Okay.
yes, but it has a very specific difference. We use to make the extra weft motifs, the designs. We use lease rod on the loin loom first.
What knot did you say?
Lease
knot,
rod,
okay.
and then we have the heddles.
Okay.
So
yeah.
we have two types of making the designs.
Okay.
So we are using heddles rod,
Yes.
and then we use another using the
Yeah.
rod of making that
Okay.
space.
And what is the loom
differentiation.
that you use for the weaving?
Pardon?
What are the looms that you use?
I start with loin loom,
Okay.
the backstrap loom,
Yes.
and now I move on to the frame loom.
Okay.
We are using the Burmese loom, which has a strong mechanical system of weaving faster than the ordinary frame loom. So on the Burmese loom, we make bigger fabrics,
Okay.
because the frames are much larger than the
Alright.
ones that we have in other frame looms.
Okay.
Yes.
And how old are these looms? Like, I found that in Assam, for example, that the looms are very old and they've been traditional formats of using them with bamboo, which they still use. So what are the looms?
The loin loom is the oldest,
Okay.
and the frame loom is newly introduced,
Okay.
maybe in the late 1970s. And then now the Burmese loom, of course, Mizoram shares international border with Burma, so we get Burmese
Yeah,
looms
you have
easily
a lot
from
of-
there. Yes,
Exactly. You have a lot of
yes,
affiliation with that now.
Yes.
Yeah. And could you tell us a little bit about the work that you do? I mean, the cushions and, and where you've been showing your work.
Yes, at Heritage Mizoram, we make soft furnishings,
Okay.
and we do work with artisans. There we create rattan, cane and bamboo basket,
Fantastic.
laundry baskets, service trays, and a lot of basketry, I would say. And then we do fashion.
Okay.
We develop fabric from the looms, and then we create, along with my team, garments for our customers and clients in India and abroad.
So would you say textiles is a medium of cultural expression, no?
It
For
is.
things. So could you exemplify on that? How
Oh.
important textiles are for, you know?
It's very crucial because
Yes.
the first thing that you think about when you have plans to go out is what will you wear,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
So the thing is that what I want to say is that is it about is it consumption within the community, or is it does it go beyond that?
yes, I
community?
just need to show some one
yes.
sample
Yeah.
which I bring.
Fantastic.
Yeah. The traditional clothing of the Mizo people falls into the category of a drape
Okay.
called the loincloth, and which is popularly known in the Indian subcontinent as a lungi.
Yeah,
So
which
I
is
will
the
show you
puan.
this
The
example.
puan,
First,
no?
yes, this is a puan,
Yes.
which is worn traditionally by women,
Beautiful.
and this is colorful and intricate. But at Heritage Mizoram, using the traditional motifs, we use a lesser hues of color for our
Fantastic.
European
Yeah,
market.
yeah.
So we blend, traditions with modernity.
And
so
this
that's
is basically cotton?
yes, this is cotton,
Mainly
and
cotton.
the embroidery part, I would say the extra weft.
Yes.
Because most people, when you showcase Mizo textiles, or the Northeast textile, they would say, is this embroidery? I said,
Yeah.
no, this is hand woven.
Woven, yeah. Fantastic.
So I have to explain and tell the stories about all this.
Yeah.
This is one example of one of the Mizo puan called puan ropui. Puan is a loincloth. Ropui means extremely
Colorful?
colorful,
Yeah.
brilliant, So this is
Fantastic.
one example.
Thank you so much. Brilliant. Thank you. Now we come to Shalini James. So Charlee, now we go to Kerala. Now we all have to go to Kerala with the conversation.
Yes.
So I'd love to ask you about, first of all, your label mantra.
Yeah.
And the question I have for you is very simple. It's about your work in terms of handloom textiles and your Malabar collection that you'll be showing at the fashion show today. No?
Today
Today.
evening.
And also your role in the diversity of Indian textile traditions, apart from handloom textiles in Kerala, one. And the second thing, your role in terms of, sustainability and how important it is to you.
Thank you, Sonam. Good afternoon, everyone. I started Mantra, my label, in 2003.
Fantastic.
And over the course of the last 20 odd years, I've worked with several textile crafts and artisan groups across India. And, I really think our weavers, printers, dyers, and embroiderers have taken a fundamental need like clothing to the level of an art form.
Absolutely.
A globally recognized art form.
Yes.
And they have been creating world-class textiles for more than 2 millennia.
Yes.
So that is the heritage we all have.
Absolutely.
As a designer, having easy access to these textile crafts is such a rich experience for me, and that is the reason why I've made it the rock bed of my design practice
Fantastic.
for Mantra.
Yes.
Coming to the context of Anant Samagam and my work with Kerala Handloom,
yes.
which I represent here, I have worked with different handloom clusters in Kerala.
And talking about the handloom clusters, would you be able to tell us a little that you did with the floods in Wayanad and how you helped that villages, no?
Oh
That
yeah,
thing
that's
is
another
fascinating.
story with
Yeah.
a village called Chandrima.
Yeah.
So in 2018, as many of you know, Kerala was hit very badly by the floods. And Chendamangalam, a tiny village near Cochin,
Okay.
which is where I stay, was extremely affected. And Chendamangalam has a robust weaving practice.
Fantastic.
About 600 weavers stay and work there. So they were badly affected in terms of damage to the looms, in terms of damage to the yarns, and most importantly at that moment, their entire stock for the festival Onam
Yes. Must have been completely drenched.
was lying drenched
Yeah,
in the
water.
go-downs. So that was a terrible thing to happen to them. And at that point, since I was close by, I, along with some other designers, Srijit Jeevan, who's also
Yeah.
here, he was part of the group, Indu Menon from Kara Weaves. Some of us, we just spontaneously got together.
Fantastic.
We bought the wet stock
Wow.
and we dry cleaned it and we sold it for the society which was,
that's very, very
which
good,
was
yeah.
holding the stock.
Yes.
The thing is, being a society, they did not even have See, when we said we'll dry clean it for you, there was no way to even hand it over to us.
Correct.
Because the only way you can take the stock out is by buying it.
Correct.
And we know as designers that wet stock means mildew will creep in.
Absolutely.
And then within 4 to 5 days, it would be gone.
Correct.
So there was a sense of urgency about it, which we understood. And somehow, some things are like that. It just happens. It's not planned.
Absolutely.
And we got together and we got it dry cleaned by a professional dry cleaner. And then we put it on our website, on the Mantra website, and we sold it.
Fantastic.
For them, on behalf
of
of them. And we also, what happened is it was such a collaborative effort. It led to a big movement. And people all across the world came in and bought the stock. They went to the society, they went directly, they took it. In a matter of a week, about 40 lakhs of stock was sold out.
Fantastic.
And that was not just it. What happened is several corporates came in to help the village.
Brilliant.
And there was a queue of people wanting to help them.
That's
there
a
was so
fantastic way
much
of
of
working
massive
with it. Yeah.
interest in this tiny village
Yes.
called Chendamangalam. Quite frankly, a handloom craft which was until then quite unknown.
Correct. Absolutely.
And the interest was so huge.
Yeah. So the thing is that, again, the same question that I gave Margaret is that what would you see the importance of the designer within the craft sector?
Well, the designer has a huge responsibility to
Yes.
keep the craft relevant. Like she
Exactly.
correctly said, we act as a catalyst. But I'd also say that, as a designer myself, I try and not make it about myself.
Absolutely.
It's
especially when you're
about
working in the craft sector.
And
Correct.
you're standing in front of a heritage that's 5,000 years old.
Correct.
There has to be, I think, one of the performing artists mentioned here, there's a sense of respectfulness that we bring when we bring to this craft.
Yes,
that is
exactly.
so much bigger than us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm very conscious of that in my design practice, that the craft is so much bigger than me.
Absolutely.
I'm here today and gone tomorrow, but I hopefully will be there to stay.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you. So running a line or a thread between the conversation, I think it's fascinating how all the designers have worked in their own fields in the craft sector, and I think it's brilliant how each one of you have your own interpretations. Now we come to Chandrima Chatterjee. You have one, okay.
Yeah.
Who is the Secretary General of the Confederation of Indian Textile Industry. And Ms. Chandrima Chatterjee, with 25 years of experience of research, policy, advocacy, and trade facilitation, besides working on trade facilitation and competitive issues for the textile value chain, she has also been associated with skilling, sustainability, and responsible business initiatives, recognizing the growing role of these as competitive tools. Having worked in domestic and export sector and dealt with issues of the entire textile value chain through her stints at various organizations, she has been lending her expertise for overall growth for the textile value chain. I wanted to ask you, first of all, what does CITI, what is the sort of the main job that it advocates, and what does it do?
Yeah, I'm quite an outlier in this whole dais and beyond. It's an industry association.
Okay.
It stands for Confederation of Indian Textile Industry. It's a confederation, which means that it has a lot of member associations who are regional associations, be it textile or apparel, or sectoral associations.
Fantastic.
So so it's kind of a platform where all of them come together, right from people from the cotton fields.
Yeah,
In fact, we have a huge arm which is into developing better agronomic practices for the cotton farmers, right up to the retail. And today, in all of these, your responsible business and sustainability is a very important thread that binds that. So we kind of bring all issues, policy, project, everything, the value chain approach, because in India that's very important. It's one of the very few countries where you have the entire value chain.
Absolutely.
From the fiber till a very vibrant retail sector, as also a very vibrant export sector also.
Yes.
So it's a huge value chain. Each segment of it has a lot of nuances, but how they interplay, how they can synergize and lend strength to each other is, I think, what our main job is. So we connect the industry to the government, bring back the government policies, policy supports back to the industry,
Fantastic.
and all the small and big stakeholders of the industry.
Yeah, so each one of us has a reason to reach out to you.
Yes, yes.
So, so I think that also the other thing is, could you tell us a little bit, we had that very interesting conversation about sustainability and what you feel about, the take is incredible. Yeah, you were just saying what sustainability means to you, no? In your work.
Yeah, in fact, I by profession is an economist, but I moved in this area maybe 2 decades back. In fact, one partner of mine in this journey is Lakshmi also, is because we realized that this is an extremely good positioning tool also for India, which cannot compete internationally based on its prices only.
Absolutely.
We in fact, we have done a great job also of that, of positioning ourselves as a responsible sourcing destination.
Yes.
And thankfully that's a take, that's a call, that's in fact gaining momentum. Talk of any of the new free trade agreements that we are entering into, especially the EU, then there are some adjoining countries who have a bloc called EFTA, that's Switzerland, Norway, Liechtenstein, and a few other countries. All of them are giving additional market access privilege or premium if you have sustainable products.
Fantastic.
Now, every second day we have delegations coming from other countries who are basically coming here because you have something called global value chain, where they may be producing a bit of the textile, we are producing a bit of the textile, but the whole value chain has to be sustainable.
Connected, yes.
And that is the search in which most of them are coming to India. So I think all of you are so well placed.
Exactly.
The only
because
thing,
I was just going to say that the thing is that what Margaret Zinyu said, coming from indigenous fiber, that is really the need of the world today, but it's also the most trending thing in fashion today. Because social media is really, really covering when you're different, when you think differently, when you walk differently, when you have a different space, like you worked with the craft sector, working with the thing. It's incredible how today, honestly, when I started 25 years ago, we didn't have designers who thought beyond the box, I was probably one of the only ones at that point. But today it's just so wonderful that we're all together discussing a very similar aspect and protecting our country and protecting our textiles, because ultimately it's the wealth of the people, no? It's a treasure trove. And I think it is a responsibility for each one of us, people in the audience as well as us as designers and Madam Chandrima, that we all play a part in not just protecting and preserving, but also contemporizing the effects of today, but also with a sustainable vista, because that's the only way I think we can truly empower the world about Indian textiles and explore how these two regions, really from between Kerala and Northeast also, like this wonderful platform that we have, to collaborate to create a much more sustainable and inclusive textile future. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Yeah, Mike. Thank you so much, Sonam and the panelists.